Welcome back to the Real Estate Producer Show. I'm Kara, and I'm here with Matt Talbot from the Talbot team and Henry and Tanis from Hall Financial. Welcome, everyone. So, Matt, we're super pumped to have you on today, and I know that we had a couple minutes to catch up earlier in the week, and you're just approach and perspective on the industry and the market is so killer, so I'm so excited to talk about it. But first, I need to ask you, so we gave Matt a t-shirt before the show today, and I just want to know your overall thoughts. Give us a rating on the t-shirt. How was it?
I mean, I had options, right? So it was either the t-shirt or the hat, and the t-shirt by a landslide. I think you guys must like import that cotton from somewhere because it was ridiculously soft. Very excited to rock that. Thank you.
Maybe we'll give you a few. You can kind of stitch it together. You can make a blanket then. It's even super comfy. But you are getting both a hat and a t-shirt, so
wow,
don't worry about that.
Thanks so much.
Well, anyway, getting into our show here, how did you get into real estate?
Yeah, great question. So first off, thanks for having me. Really appreciate you guys. And getting into real estate. So I have a marketing degree, a marketing background, and I had a sales career going, but really kind of wanted to do more of the marketing gig. And so along the way, a friend of mine convinced me to get my real estate license, and it was kind of a perfect fit for a few reasons. One is I wanted to own my own business. Two is I wanted to be within the fabric of the community, try to give back as much as I could. And three is I really want to kind of scratch that marketing itch. And so when I looked at this business with my sales overlay and sales background, it was kind of a no-brainer. Fell in love with it right away after getting my license and kind of never looked back.
So peer pressure is good sometimes,
True.
Especially when it creates this career for you. And when did you decide to start your own team?
Yeah, so the team started a couple years back. That was always my plan. Like I said, I think that in this business, you know, being part of the community and being able to find ways to make a difference was kind of always my goal, and it's impossible to do it by yourself. So I've been actually thinking really heavily on this lately. I'm so unbelievably grateful for the people that I have. There's a few core people that have been with me for a while, but even the new people, I'm just very, very proud of the human beings and who we have around us, because I think we truly have something special and truly the right people on the bus, which is what it really comes down to. So it's been a couple years to answer your question, and couldn't be more excited for the people on board.
That's very sweet. I like it.
Awesome. And, you know, it sounds like you have so much wisdom and, you know, values and your mission and everything towards your team. Can you share a little bit more and speak to what that means to you?
Yeah, so I was very fortunate. All the good things from me come from my parents. All the bad things I picked up along the way, right? And so when we hire, right, the first couple people were people that I knew pretty closely, and so I knew they were good human beings. And so as we hire and grow, it's important to make sure we keep that same like-minded approach, I would like to think. So we put clients first. And so we have 6 core values that we follow. We have our mission and vision that are critical to us. It's kind of an obsession of mine. Like I make our new agents memorize them within a couple weeks, put them on the spot in front of the whole team, that type of stuff. So our core values guide everything that we do. It's really kind of our North Star of really decision making for hiring, for, you know, decision making through deals, the whole 9 yards. So our core values guide everything that we do.
Going back to, you said that a huge part of the reason why you got into it was the marketing itch, and you love that aspect of it. And a huge part of marketing, especially nowadays, is social media.
One of my most recent videos we just put out, I looked completely ridiculous, and my seller stayed home. We're selling a home with a pool in it, and I had like the whole big hat and like goggles and like flip-flops, and my seller was there for the whole 9 yards, and I was like, I hope this guy does not fire me, because I just look so ridiculous. But I think
you gotta you're doing it, you're getting the job done.
Yeah, you know, I think real estate is a very dated business or industry as a whole. Definitely the sales side of things, it's boring and outdated, and so for us, we just try to keep it light, make it not so serious. We obviously take our job very serious, but when it comes to marketing, it doesn't need to be a long, drawn out elevator music type video. It can be light and fun and entertaining, and so we try to showcase that. So I don't know what you're gonna show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Matt, just to speak on that as we pull this up, you know, I've known you for 6 years, seen you progress. I know social media has been a big part of your success and your growth. You know, your core model is redefine, you know, redefine real estate, but just speak to that, kind of why social media is so important, why are you different, and how have you used that platform to grow your business?
Sure. Yeah, I think branding in real estate has always been important, right? It's a huge thing, whether it's a newspaper ad back in the day, a big picture of your face on a billboard, however you want to do it, it's all about branding. We try to kind of redefine that in a different way, make it more about our listings, again, make it a little bit different than what might be the more traditional platforms. I never rock a suit, not that there's anything wrong with wearing a suit, but we just try to, I guess, put a new spin on it, make it our ways, and really redefine it and make it better. And so I think with that is true community involvement, giving back, providing more than you take a lot of times, not make it so ego driven about me as an agent or our team even. Yes, we have to brand the team, but try to make it about the community. And you know, Southeast Michigan is a fantastic place to live, right? Actually, Planet Fitness sponsors this place. They're all over the place. And so I have several gym memberships, but I really like my Planet Fitness memberships because I kind of hop all over Southeast Michigan, depending on where I'm at for listing appointments and stuff like that. And I check out different gyms. And the thing that I love about that piece the most is probably everywhere you go, people are super kind and appreciative. Yes, there's different areas, there's different flavors of people, of course, but as a whole, Southeast Michigan's awesome, right? And so to showcase that and try to brand that rather than, hey, you know, ABC brokerage or the team is the best thing since sliced bread, is really what kind of my goal and mission is, and tying that in with nonprofit work and raising money and just trying to do good everywhere that we can. Of course, we're a for-profit business. I love selling real estate. I'm a very competitive guy. I want to be a top performer in real estate without a doubt. But that being said, you know, I think there's a different way to do it that can be a little bit, you know, separate from the traditional platforms. And I call that redefining, right? Redefining what I think is a dated business.
Yeah. So let's just highlight two important cities to you, I think. Number one, Detroit. Detroit's, you know, your city, you live there, but Plymouth as well. You know, highlight those two cities. Why are they so important to you? And I think your emotional connection to them has been shown on social media. But you highlight those cities.
I
feel like
absolutely.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. So I live in Detroit currently. I grew up in Plymouth. My main office is in downtown Plymouth. The team and I cover anything within about an hour of Detroit. So we cover a massive areas. We go north, we go down river. I've sold real estate, you know, as far as the UP and Houghton, which is 9 hours north, right? So we cover a big area, but mostly with everything within about an hour of the city. Plymouth's a great little town. That's where our headquarters is, Rich Realty. That's the brokerage that I'm out of currently. And, you know, that's where I plan on staying, at least for home base, although we have agents kind of all over the place. And Detroit, I think, should matter to everybody. If you're in Michigan, if you're in the United States, but definitely if you're in Southeast Michigan, Detroit matters, right? And so the good things happening in the city and just in general, you know, new restaurants, new changes in the city, mostly positive things are happening across the board is very near and dear to my heart. And so one other thing to add to that is I think you sort of have like these downtown brokerages, and then you have like brokerages from the suburbs, right? And one of my goals is to hopefully eventually sort of bridge that gap where it doesn't have to be separate. Like I said, whether you're in downtown Detroit, Birmingham, Plymouth, I don't care where you're at, people in Southeast Michigan as a whole are great human beings and really are very cultured. There's a lot of really good things happening. And so for me, it's about finding those commonalities and positives out of that whole situation.
And I definitely think that you are bridging the gap. Just based off of your social media and speaking with you and your team and everyone, it definitely feels like there's our communities within Southeast Michigan can feel a little separate. You know, you have Plymouth all the way to Shelby Township in Macomb County or out in Birmingham. They can all feel separate, but I feel like you said, that you're all over Southeast Michigan, but you are bridging the gap. And not only bridging the gap between the suburbs and Detroit, but between all those communities as well, which is awesome.
Yes, yeah, community is what it's about for sure.
And speaking to that more, you have your moving Motown vlog. So you're already highlighting, you know, in these conversations, some of the things that you showcase. So tell us a little bit more on how that came to be and, you know, the movement of it.
Yeah, Moving Motown started as the Matt Talbot TV show, which is got my name all over it and a little awkward. But the point was exactly what I've been talking about, just trying to give back to the community and showcasing it the best that I can. And from my perspective, just interviewing people is a good way to go about it. And so I started doing that years ago. And I decided I didn't want it to be a direct correlation necessarily with my real estate brand. And so I made it completely separate. It's been a little bit on the back burner, if I'm being honest, since COVID. Like, you know, 2020 happened, the real estate market obviously exploded. So I have to take care of my team in that type of stuff, but we're actually working on dabbling back into it. So I'm excited for the future with that. And our goal would be to continue that, maybe making an official nonprofit one day, but really just showcase the community, show the good things, show the positivity. I think on all aspects of media, there's a lot of negativity being put out there, especially in social media, politics, this and that. There's all these differences of opinions, and it's kind of that they mentality, right? Like they say this or they are doing this, right? Rather than, hey, look at all the good things that are happening. Like I would rather do that and try to maybe have that be part of the conversation in your feed. So that was the intention. Again, I kind of separated the two brands mostly, but now we're doing some stuff with the Talbot team brand as well too, to hopefully, give back in both arenas. And so I appreciate that. It's a fun project for me. I really enjoy it. We do podcasts like this. We do videos in person. I'm excited to kind of pick it back up.
Yeah, I would say you're a
Wonderful.
pretty entertaining person, just in general.
Yeah, we'll get back out there together.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Matt, this wouldn't be a real estate TV show without us talking about real estate and mortgages. But, with where rates are at, and everyone talks about rates going up and low inventory, I think there's always a positive spin to everything. So just walk me through what you're seeing in the market, obviously what you talk to your clients about. It's always a good time to buy or sell, I think personally, no matter what rates are at or what inventory is at. It's always client specific, but walk us through what you're seeing and what you're telling your clients.
Yeah, again, there's a silver lining always, right? Interest rates have obviously almost doubled in the last couple months, right? At least in the current state. For us, I was talking to my buyer's agents. I said, hey, who's your number one client? And for my buyer's agents, their number one clients first-time buyers, more often than not, right? A first-time buyer a few months ago, if they went to purchase a home, yes, the interest rates were crazy low, so their payment was very low. But they'd also need, for many marketplaces that we've been talking about, many of different suburbs or even in the city of Detroit, but throughout the whole community here, you need a $20, $30, $40, $50, $75,000 plus appraisal coverage to get the home that you wanted a few months ago, right? So yes, now your payment might be a little bit higher, your interest rates are higher, but realistically, there's a lot less cash needed, which for first-time buyers is very, very important. So I think it's changed drastically for first-time buyers in a good way in a lot of cases, because if you're not just writing, hey, no inspection, we'll waive the appraisal, we're going to bring an extra $100,000 that I'm borrowing from Uncle John, right? None of that anymore. Not necessarily that it's completely gone, but there's a lot less of it, right? And so I think it can protect the consumer, it can protect the first-time buyer, and yeah, you can always refi down the road, right?
Absolutely.
Well, that's indeed a positive perspective, for sure. And if we're still, for our viewers at home that are waiting on that picture, don't worry, it's on his social media, so you have to go to his social media.
Can I ask what picture this is?
It's your profile picture on Facebook. It's a really good photo, so it's a good little plug. Follow him on social media, follow him on Facebook, get all the good moving Motown and all the content that you need. But aside from that, thank you so much. And like I said earlier in their show, you have such a unique approach and perspective on the industry and market. There we go. There it is. But still go follow him on Facebook.
T-shirt vibes.
Yes, we love it. No, it's very approachable. Like you said, you kind of take a different approach, and we love it. But thank you so much. Do you have any parting words for our viewers at home?
No. Hall Financial has always been a great partner of ours for a lot of years. You guys do a great job. Obviously, you are redefining your business in a lot of ways. It's the fact that this podcast is happening and we're putting this on social media. You guys are always kind of looking at the next thing, which is awesome. And it's very cool to see you guys grow along the way too, because I know there's been a lot of change over the last 6 years or so since we've been working together. And so really appreciate you having me, and keep up the good work.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.